A few months ago, a video came up in my YouTube recommendations. It was a trailer for a new show coming to Disney Channel called The Ghost and Molly McGee. I thought it looked fun. Molly looked like a likable character, the animation looked amazing, and then I went crazy looking for content of the show. Other trailers, a sneak peek of the first episode, and the show's theme song. This was looking like it was going to be another top quality show from Disney TVA. I wasn't expecting it to top Our House because, well, nothing can ever do that. But this very quickly became my second favorite cartoon ever. Before we get into why the show is amazing, I have two problems with it that I want to talk about. First off, there are a few scenes where Scratch and or other ghosts appear out in public in their regular state instead of being invisible, making it really easy for them to be seen, but they aren't. That's just a nitpick though. My other issue is the episode Twin Trouble. I would be fine with this episode despite the weird pacing and Pete's siblings being really annoying, and it also having my least favorite song of the show. But these Sob-Goblin dudes just make this incredibly irritating to watch. I want to say that I in no way believe the people who work on the show had any bad intentions with this. But it feels really wrong to say that Pete feels awful because of these Sob-Goblins instead of because of the treatment from his siblings. Anyway, let's now get into the great things about the show, which is literally everything else! Let's start with the titular Molly McGee. Sweet baby corn, what a great character! She's a fun, lovable goofball who's on a mission to inhabify the world. Her design is awesome. Ashley Burch's voice, as well as the incredible animators at Mercury Filmworks, give her a super fun personality.
It is Saturday! And not just any Saturday. I have no plans, no chores, no homework, no responsibilities. You know what that means.
Don't care.
Okay, now time for the ghost. Scratch is seriously a fantastic character. His arc across the season is so beautifully written and paced. It's genuinely one of my favorite character arcs ever. The slow build as he starts to show more respect for Molly and her family, but still denying his feelings. Then this scene in Festival of Lights, and eventually ending with him standing up to the Ghost Council and accepting that he's more inhabitable with the McGees. Plus, Dan Snyder does a great job voicing him.
How dare you make fun of Molly McGee? That's my job!
Both of them are great on their own, but put them together and they can be slapped into the Disney Duo Hall of Fame, along with Dipper and Mabel, Ann and Sprig, and Losing King. Their friendship is so awesome. And the fact that the show is basically just them getting up to silly shenanigans is great. Which leads me to my next point, the plot, or rather, lack thereof. I've already talked about why the more episodic storytelling is a good thing, but I'll go over it again. First off, there is ongoing continuity, like Scratch growing closer to others, Libby's investigations of the strange things happening in Brighton, leading up to her meeting Scratch, Molly's mission to inhabify the world causing the joy in Brighton to rise, which is the inciting incident for the finale. Second, it's just really nice to have a simple slice of life story. It honestly really makes me angry when people act like every show needs to have overarching plot. This is a TV show, not a long movie. You're allowed to not like this type of storytelling, but acting like it's a bad thing instead of something that's just not for you is really silly. This show is a musical, and pretty much every song here is great.
You're hardly working. You're hardly working. You're not doing anything. I can change the world. I can make it better if I try. All I ever want to do is inhabify.
Rob Cantor has made banger after banger, and the VAs of the show are not just great at voice acting, but also great singers. I'm not going to go too much into these since I'm going to be doing a video ranking all of them where I'll be giving my thoughts on each of the songs, hopefully coming up today, next week. I do want to briefly praise the actual score of the show by Michael Kramer, which I feel like isn't talked about enough. Now let's talk about some of the other characters in the show. Libby is amazing. I'm a big fan of shy introverted characters, so you can probably tell who my favorite character of the show is. Laura Jo Miller gives such a great performance, just like the rest of the cast.
Molly is hiding something. Looks like the bloodhound of truth will have to sniff it out.
The Jewish rep is also really nice, but I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later. The rest of the McGees, Daryl, Pete, Sharon, and Nin, all have super fun personalities.
It speaks to something deep in my soul. Hooga.
My kids participating in local politics. I've never been more proud.
I call to the stand, Daryl. Hello, my lawyer.
I still love you both very much.
Andrea is a cool second antagonist, and I'm really excited to see what they do with her in season 2. Jeff, that's Geoff, not Jeff, is always fun to see, and I really love his loyalty to Scratch. It's super wholesome. Now, let's get into some of the standout episodes. Mazel Tov Libby is fantastic. I love that the Jewish rep actually has presence in the show and isn't just some little fun fact. Molly and Libby's friendship is really well written, and this scene is amazing.
I didn't want a big party. I didn't want all these people. You've turned this party into what you thought I wanted.
Oh, so what was it that you wanted?
To spend time with you!
Continuing on with the Jewish stories, Festival of Lights is so beautiful. Libby telling the story of Hanukkah and her and Leah reflecting on their family's past never failed to make me cry. And Scratch's miracle being revealed is honestly one of the most wholesome things ever put to television. The finale gives a super satisfying end to Scratch's arc, and there's plenty of great moments between Molly, Scratch, Jeff, and Libby. But then we have Out of House and Home, and Home is Where the Haunt Is. It's crazy how that a show that prominently features ghosts whose job it is to scare people, that the scariest part is still the US healthcare system. The ending of the first part, where the title card gets cut short, ripped my heart out first watching it. Scratch telling Molly that he loves her, and then him being so sad having to say goodbye to his now family, is so gut-wrenching. Home is Where the Haunt Is the best episode of the entire show. Molly's fear of her living situation being discovered, the fears of all the McGees about the possibility of leaving Brighton, the flashbacks to all the happy memories they've made here, and then this scene. This is the greatest scene of the entire show. You don't really think about it much watching the show, but it's crazy just how much the McGees have given to this small little turn-up town. Seeing the little flashback of all they've given makes me bawl my eyes out every time. And then the reveal of the curse being broken and the title card being silent instead of the usual Molly and Scratch singing. This episode is going up as one of my favorite episodes of TV of all time. Well, there's only one thing I have left to do. Rank the episodes. So, from worst to best, we have Twin Trouble, Goes Your Own Way, Mama's Gotta Hustle, No Good Deed, Ice Princess, Scare Tactics, The Curse, All Systems No, A Very Hungry Ghost, Hal and Harriet, Hooray for Mollywood, The Bad Boy Bobby Daniels, First Day Frights, The Internship, Game Night, Scratch the Surface, Best of Intentions, The Lucky Penny, Not So Honest Abe, Citizen McGee, Monumental Disaster, Lock, Stock and Peril, Getting the Bench all back together, The Turn-Up Twist, Scaring is Caring, The Greatest Concert Ever, Ready Set Snow, The Don't Gooder, The Unnatural, Friend of, Innocent Until Proven Ghostly, All Night Plight, Talent Show, The Jig Is Up, Saving Christmas, Out of House and Home, Molly vs. the Ghost World, Mazel Tov Libby, Festival of Lights, Home is Where the Haunt Is. Alrighty then, so that was my review of the first season of The Ghost of Molly McGee. Stay tuned for next week where I'll be ranking all the songs. Like and subscribe to make me smile, and I'll see you later.
The Ghost and Molly McGee.